Hey guys, if you want to buy a vending machine, these are the things that you need to test out before you purchase the machine. First off, make sure that the bill acceptor and coin acceptor both work properly. You don't want to buy a machine that already has problems. It will cause you way more problems in the future. Next, you'll want to check the stacker. This is where the bills go after you put them into the machine. It should be able to slide out really easy like this. And that red light right there should be solid at all times. Then come down here and make sure it has the container for the quarters. This is where all the change goes after you put it in the machine. And here's where you keep all your coin reserves. In most machines, the bill acceptor will not function unless you have at least a couple coins in each of these slots. I like to fill each of them up at least a quarter of the way. And then finally, you want to make sure that all of the slots work. You can do this one by one, but this machine has a machine test function, which is very, very handy. So that's what I'm going to be doing to test it out. Most of the newer machines have something like this, but a lot of the old ones don't, and you might have to do it one by one. It's extremely time consuming, but it's worth it. You want to make sure that the machine works properly. Buying a machine that's already broken will cause you a ton of headache in the future. So now we've entered the machine test mode. It's going to go through every single selection, making sure that they all work. What we're looking for is making sure that the coils turn and push out the product. When you're testing your machine, there probably won't be product inside of it, so you won't be able to see it fall. But for the most part, if it doesn't fall, it's an operator error, which means that I put it in incorrectly. As you can tell, the M&Ms didn't fall there, which is my fault. And I've been having a lot of trouble with the Kit Kats. It looks like the Hershey's is just propped behind it. So now that the machine test is over, it looks like all the coils are spinning properly, but some of the candy isn't falling, so I have to see why. It looks like the Hershey is propped behind this Kit Kat, which is why it didn't fall. And this Kit Kat looks like it's just too big for the slot, so I have to move it to a different location. It doesn't get stuck all the time, but it gets stuck enough for me to want to move it. These fruit snacks just got jammed underneath. That was my fault. Same thing with these M&Ms. I lean them forward so that when the coils move out of the way, the candy just drops, but sometimes I jam it underneath too much. Usually if you just shake the machine a little bit, they fall, but we don't want the customer shaking the machine. So that's basically what I do to test out a machine before I buy it. Let me know if you have any questions. Look, I'm not saying that I'm doing the Lord's work here, but I'm pretty sure he's not mad about it. About a week ago, I put Hot Cheetos and Takis head to head and lowered the price to 75 cents. And would you look at that? Hot Cheetos came out victorious. It doesn't matter whether you win by 1 bag or 10 bags. Winning's winning. I thought for sure Takis would come out on top, but not this time, boys. A while back, I filled up my soap vending machine all the way to see which one would sell out first. Let's check the results and see how much money it made. I buy each box for 50 to 60 cents each and sell them for $1.25. I carry products like Tide, Gain, Downy, Bounce dryer sheets, OxyClean, and laundry bags. My best sellers are usually Tide, laundry bags, and fabric softener. And then although it doesn't sell well, I carry all free and clear for people with sensitive skin. It's been about 3 days and Tide is absolutely destroying the competition. Usually it's a lot closer than this, but Tide took a massive lead early on and sold out right away. So I filled 2 rows all the way up with Tide to see if maybe it'll catch up. A few days later I checked back in and it looks like Bounce is on the home stretch. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed in laundry bags. They usually do really well, but this time they just weren't selling. And then finally I came in and saw that one was empty and it's the Bounce. In reality though, Tide won by leaps and bounds. Let's see how much money we made. It's only been about 2.5 weeks and this thing is filled up nicely. There's a bank in town that lets me take in unwrapped quarters, so I just take it to them. I absolutely hate wrapping quarters. In order to count them, I weigh them. It comes out to $20 per pound, so here's how much it came out to. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to get a loan to buy a laundromat, more likely than not, you're going to have to give a down payment of at least 30%. This means if you're buying a laundromat for $100,000, the down payment will be $30,000. The biggest factors to look at when you're analyzing a laundromat are the lease, the age of the machines, the yearly profit, and the owner involvement. For example, if the laundromat only has 5 years remaining on the lease, then that's a pretty big investment for only 5 years of security. And then most lenders won't lend for longer than the term of your lease. Next is the age of the machines. If you have 30-year-old machines, then they're basically worth nothing and you're going to have to replace them anyway. If you don't, they'll just keep bleeding you dry with maintenance costs. And then again, back to the lender. They usually want some type of equity in the building that they can take if you default on your loan. So they might not lend you money for a laundromat with 30-year-old machines. Finding out the owner involvement is huge. You need to know if you're buying a business or a job. If it makes $100,000 a year, but the owner's working 10-hour days, 6 days a week, then you're buying a job, my man. Don't do that. Jobs are free. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey guys, this is my laundromat. job. I'll tell you what, I never do this, but if this video gets 1 million likes, I'll give this kid $1,000. Swear to God. May the odds be ever in your favor. Is owning a vending machine worth it, and how much does it make? Let me break it down for you. I got this machine for about $500. Each can cost me about 40 cents, and that includes delivery, energy, taxes, the can deposit, everything. And then I sell each can for $1. At the very most, I spend 1 hour each month reloading the machine and collecting the money. I average around $200 to $300 in gross revenue each month, but more during summer.